Alright folks, as you can see by the title of the video, today we're going to be covering the care of Armadillidium gestroi. Before I really dig into the tub and show you them, I'm going to show you the setup. So it's a tall container, shoebox size from the container store. Probably like almost 2 inches of substrate, maybe. It's mostly AGB or compost, topsoil, lots of oak, maple. Let's see what else. There's magnolia, elm, poplar leaves mixed into here. As much of a variety as you can give them, as well as pieces of oak bark and whole oak pieces, and that's really important for them. By the way, the species is found in Italy primarily, or exclusively. At least these are from Italy, I know. I'm not sure as to the complete range of them is. There's one. They have this really pretty pattern on them. Black with the yellow spots. Oh, there's a huge one. By the way, these are one of the biggest Armadillidium. There's another one down there. I don't know if you can see it. He's about to hide. Very cool species. They're huge. Like you can see by like the size of my hand, they dwarf pretty much any other Armadillidium species I have, except for maybe Granulatum is up there, but not quite as big. Frontirostrae, I have some from Croatia that are pretty big, that rival these. Also, these guys are sexually dimorphic in that the females, this is a female, they have a lighter skirt, almost like a white or creamy skirt, whereas the males are pretty much the same uniform black and white. Even on their skirt is mostly just black. Let's see if I can find another one in here. I don't want to disturb them too much because they actually just had babies, and I don't want to bug the babies too much. Give me one sec. Yep, there's another one. Another big female. But they're just crazy beautiful. I love this species. They're a little slow to get going. I've had this colony for, I don't know, 6 months or more, and they're just now starting to produce for me. Just saw some little tiny babies in the tub a few days ago. So I'm really excited about these. As far as like, basic care goes, pretty much the same as any other Armadillidium. I keep all of the substrate at least a little bit moist, although not soaking wet by any means. My cat's here to say hi. Not even close to soaking wet. And the other, I keep one half relatively on the drier side. Temperatures, these guys like it a little bit cooler than some of my other Armadillidium, I find. Whereas most of my Armadillidium, I keep it around 78 to 80. I keep these guys in the low 70s. And they seem to prefer that better for whatever reason. I'm not sure. Not too skittish, these guys, either, which is kind of cool. So, yeah. Food, like extra food, I give them squash, pumpkin. They like it just as much as any other isopod does. Fish food. The occasional Repashy morningwood they quite enjoy. But yeah, like I said, one of the biggest out there for sure when it comes to size. Just huge, these guys. But that's part of what makes them so unique. These guys are a little bit more on the expensive side. I usually see starter groups going for like $80 or something like that, sometimes more. Really depends. Different sellers, have their own. Hold on. One sec. Sorry, my cat was being an idiot. It's what he does, But yeah, very cool species. Huge. I'm definitely going to take some pictures of these guys once I'm done taking this video. But yeah, very hardy. Not too much more difficult to take care of than any other Armadillidium. Just remember to give them plenty of ventilation. I don't have their screen top right here. I left it in the other room. But the top is pretty much halfway ventilated. Like there's a big chunk on this side and a big chunk of this side. I'd say about 50% of the total area of the lid is cut out with screen on top. And they do really well that way. They don't like to be stuffy by any means. Let's see, what else can I show you? Let me find another one, hold on. Here's another one. Love these big girls. Probably going to do a video on the Croatian Giants pretty soon. They're these really big ones that I got from Europe. They're believed to be Frontu rostrae, but they're just bigger than regular Frontu rostrae for whatever reason. But yeah, very cool. I can say if you can afford them, definitely get them. Definitely start out with like a dozen just to be safe. I don't really recommend. A lot of people get starter cultures of like half a dozen of the more expensive isopods. To me, you're just wasting your money. Just splurge for the bigger set. That way, if you do mess up, you're not totally shit out of luck. Because if you have 6 and you lose half of them, it's a really small number to start out with. It's just not a good idea. So I recommend starting out with 10 to 12 of any isopod that you get. Although some sellers won't sell you any more than like a half a dozen of their more expensive isopods because they want to sell, make more available to more people, which I get it, I've done it with some of my rarer isopods in the past, but now I pretty much only sell in groups of 10 to 12. Speaking of which, I'm going to be at the Cow Palace for the Reptilian Nation Expo. I might have some of these available. I don't know yet. Depends on how big they get by that time. It's on the 9th or 10th, only a couple weeks away. I don't know how many babies I have still either, so I'm not sure if I want to sell any. We'll see. I do have quite a few babies in here though, so you never know. I'm also giving a presentation for the Bay Area Reptile Association, or they've changed the names a bunch of times. It used to be Amphibian Reptile Society, but whatever. That's weird. Anyways, yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions, comments, any species you'd like me to do next, if I have them, I'll try and do them. Some people have been asking me to do like the Kubaris and stuff, like the duckies and whatnot. And I'm kind of hesitant to do them because, I have them and they're doing well for me, but they haven't produced any babies. I generally don't like to do care videos on anything that I haven't really, reproduced, because, I'm not, I'm definitely not an expert if I haven't, actually gotten them to have babies yet. Even with the ones that have babies, I'm not an expert, But once mine start to reproduce, like the white tigers and silver ghosts and stuff like that, I'll start, doing more videos. I saw one of my white tigers just gravid the other day, so it might be coming soon. So have some patience, and I'll get some rarer isopod videos out of the way. I've been doing a lot of common stuff lately because most people are just starting out, and they like the common stuff. They like to get some care tips on that kind of stuff, which I'm happy to do, Everybody's got to start somewhere, not everybody. And I wouldn't recommend anybody to start out with the expensive stuff because, you're inexperienced, you don't want to waste your money. But, yeah. Final thoughts for these. Keep them cool in the 70s. Give them plenty of variety of deciduous leaves, morning wood, some squash and pumpkin, and pretty much golden. Nothing real too special about these guys other than their size and their really cool pattern. So, yeah. Take it easy, you guys.